Aka-san's honest reactions. Aka-san, it's like 2:30 in the morning right now, and I wasn't going to do this reaction right now. I was going to wait till I wake up, but then I was kind of thinking some dickhead is probably going to, or I shouldn't say dickhead, some ignorant person is probably going to spoil the result of this reaction. I really wish Screw Attack would have put a timeout or whenever they were going to release this reaction or this death battle, but nevertheless, let's just do it now. And I might edit it now, I might edit it later. I'll probably edit it later when I wake up in the morning. Let's go ahead and watch it. I can't get too loud though, people are sleeping right now. My drunk guy on this other wall, he might be passed out in a ditch somewhere, I'm not sure. Anyways, it's a 20-minute video, so probably we're gonna have to do research first and then result after. Here we go. It's time for a death battle.
What happens when you give XAAA game
and it's
developers
drinking
a
time
super
for me.
computer? They create an all-new first and third-person tower defense game with you.
This tastes
That's
terrible.
right, Lenovo and Dark Rift are letting you help create a game. Your first mission is to click the link in the description and head to LenovoGameState.com. Sign up and leave comments on the tile Mission 1. Good guys, bad guys, and the weapons.
No calories, that's why.
Rank you up on the
That's
leaderboard.
why.
And then check back for the game
Tastes
day
like
update
fucking
to see if your
poison.
comment is featured. And don't forget to spread the word on social media with the hashtag
What the hell?
GameState. Let's build a
Okay,
game together
let's
through
go.
the power of Lenovo.
I should pay Screw Attack to promote me. Official death battle reactor.
Since its creation in the Stone Age,
The
the
bow and arrow.
forever revolutionized hunting and warfare. But these two archers have honed their bow skills to a degree of pure artistry. Green Arrow, the Emerald Archer of Star City.
Yeah, buddy.
And Hawkeye, purple-clad trick shooter
Nice.
of the Avengers. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Man, I don't even know.
Allow me to tell you the
Robin
tale of
Hood.
an archer garbed in green who brought justice to the rich and championed the poor. I speak, of course, of the legendary outlaw named Oliver Queen. What, you think I meant Robin Hood? Come on. Oliver was the son of Robert and Moira Queen,
Nice song.
billionaire owners of the weapons and technology development company Queen Industries in Star City.
Yeah.
Oliver was on track to inherit the family business and fortune, but it all ended up coming much sooner than anybody expected. While on safari, which rich people apparently just do all the time, Oliver's parents were murdered by lions. No, I'm not kidding, but
Holy
hey, Mom
shit.
got off a wicked headshot before she went out.
God
The family
damn.
fortune and business were now in Oliver's hands. However,
what's
after
that
to
from?
forget the horrible trauma of his parents' death by lions, he turned to a lifestyle of booze and debauchery. The best way to cope. Well, until
No
one
shit.
day he partied so hard that he fell off his private yacht.
Interesting.
Hate when it happens. Eventually, he washed up onto the shore of a lone island, Tom Hanks style. Desperate to survive, Oliver knew he must resort to the archery training taught to him by his late father.
Interesting.
He assembled a makeshift bow and, over time, gained an uncanny accuracy with the weapon. With each successful kill, Oliver's self-reliance grew, transforming the once irresponsible playboy into a capable survivor.
So the TV show mixed it a bit.
Turns out this island was home to a massive drug smuggling operation. How he didn't find them earlier is beyond me, but
Right.
whatever. With nothing
Like
but his
current
hunter's
season.
instincts and some newly improvised trick arrows, Oliver brought down the dealers, radioed in a rescue, and returned to Star City a new man. With a newfound taste for justice, Oliver vowed he would no longer waste his talents and use them to protect the innocent. To do this, he would have to become someone else. Something else. He became
The Green Arrow. Well, first he became the Vigilante, but who's counting? This one? I don't know. His own
True
theme
to his
song.
namesake, the Green Arrow favors a bow over anything else. And while that may sound like it puts him at a disadvantage, he's developed trick arrows for every situation.
Right.
And I do mean every situation. He carries tear gas arrows, grappling hook arrows, flashbang arrows, even arrows filled with acid. Is that the one for the Grateful Dead concerts? No, corrosive acid. It burns through things. He also has boomerang arrows, along with diamond-tipped
Really?
arrows to pierce just about anything, explosive arrows ranging from small blasts to an atomic warhead, And the boxing club.
This was so dope in the TV show, though.
Oliver only kills when it's absolutely necessary.
Right.
So delivering a long-range punch
That
to the
was
face
so
makes
clever.
some sense. At least more so than many of the other trick arrows.
That was
quiver,
such a good
like
scene.
the donut arrow, a weapon designed to feed children. It's dangerous and delicious. Green Arrow likes to come to a fight prepared, and his expertise extends beyond just the use of a bow.
What anime is
He has
that?
extensive training in assassination and martial arts,
That
and
was
there's some of
dope.
the best teachers around, including Natas, the man who turned Deathstroke into one of the deadliest mercenaries in the world.
Really?
Green Arrow became such a skilled fighter that he was voted into the Justice League, saving the world alongside the likes of Batman,
My
Wonder
Batman.
Woman, Superman, and Black
My
Canary,
Batman.
a smoking hot blonde who he took a liking to. Don't mind saving a few more things with her. Are we dead yet? No. Are we dead yet? Being a part of the Justice League has pit Green Arrow against foes powerful enough to be called gods, and somehow he not only survives, but he actually helps. He's fast enough to fire 29 arrows in 1 minute. His
No
accuracy
shit.
is so on point, he is able to shoot water dripping from a faucet at 30 feet away and split a grape balanced on a man's head.
Wow.
He'll do whatever it takes to get the job done, like shooting a girl's hand to keep her from falling, or torture. There's no way around it. He tortures people. But it's for the greater good, right? Of course. But even with all his trick arrows, his quiver does have limited space. And he prefers to keep his armor minimal, focusing instead on offense over defense.
Right.
But hey, he's not all arrows and killing. Eventually, he and Black Canary got together and started up a flower shop called Sherwood
Really?
Forest. As an expert on puns. 10 out of 10, Ollie. 1 arrow each.
I accept your challenge on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Damn. Fuck them up. That's
A
it?
hero can come from anywhere. From the streets of
I
New York
really
to
wish
the
they
depths
showed that
of
part about
space,
where he fucked
or
up
a tiny
Prometheus
rural
real
home in
bad.
Iowa. But growing up in the middle of nowhere wasn't easy for 13-year-old Clint Barton. Turns out his dad had some bad
You know,
habits.
at this point,
like being
I'm
an
going with
alcoholic
Clint.
Or beating the shit out of his sons.
'Cause Clint's got some-
After years
yeah.
of abuse, Clint longed to fight back and defend his family from his violent father. Obviously, a bit too much
Shield
to handle
agent.
a 13-year-old child. Luckily enough, his dad's car did the job for him, along with a big tree. Remember, kids, drinking and driving is not okay. I mean, do you want this to be you? That's what I thought. Orphaned by DWI, Clint and Barney had a second chance at a family and were adopted by a new dad, who was just as bad as the first. Maybe even more. Dad number 2 tried to run him down with his car until they were rescued by circus performers Jacques and Buck, who took them under their wing and into the Carson Carnival of Traveling Wonders. These guys saw potential in Clint's natural bow and arrow talent and
No
began
shit.
his archery training. Clint's skill rose rapidly, and he soon took the stage as Hawkeye, the trick shooter.
No
In
shit.
only 1 year, Hawkeye became a master of his craft. But a rift formed between teacher and student when he discovered Jacques was stealing money from the circus and training his brother Barney to be a thief. Turns out the 2 heroes who rescued them were actually supervillains. What's with these kids' luck? Did they open an umbrella inside which scared a black cat to dart under a ladder which fell and broke a mirror reflecting the sun's rays to burn down a field of 4-leaf clovers? No, that happened to Nick. What? Anyway, Clint hated the idea of working for a couple of D-bags and ran away. Lucky for him, all it took to find a new calling in life was to see Iron Man soaring overhead. Another alcoholic father figure, but in the fun way. Inspired to use his talents to fight criminals just like the Iron Avenger, Clint took up his old stage name, donned his circus costume once more, and crafted a wide assortment of multi-use trick arrows. Tick, tick, boom.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hawkeye's putty arrows cover foes in glue. His acid arrows can melt through steel. He can scale buildings with suction-tipped arrows. His adamantium arrows are tipped in nearly indestructible metal. Hell, one of his arrows is a 30-megaton bomb. He also carries PIM particle trick arrows. PIM particles shrink or
Interesting.
enlarge objects via shifting matter between dimensions. They take their name from Ant-Man.
Right.
Hawkeye uses this dimensional wizardry to shoot an arrow which is literally full of other arrows.
With his quiver loaded full of impossibility, Hawkeye took to the city to begin his crusade against injustice. But on his first outing, while trying to return some stolen jewels, the police mistook him
I
for a
figured
thief.
as much.
And it really didn't help that he fled the scene with then infamous criminal Black Widow.
Well, he knew better, but if there's one thing Hawkeye does when he's conflicted, it's not ask questions and follow where the old shaft takes you. And no, I'm not talking about a trick arrow. So he helped Black Widow until one of their shenanigans resulted in her apparent death. Believing he was free from the grip of the succubus, he remembered that crime is bad and went to join the Avengers.
Not just the Avengers. Over the years, Hawkeye's lent his bow to other super teams such as the Thunderbolts and the Defenders.
Nice song too.
Defenders, Thunderbolts. I make any team better.
In the midst of highly advanced armor, rage-fueled monsters, and gods from other dimensions,
God, that was a
simple
dope
archer
scene.
would be of little use.
Dude,
But
Josh Whedon was
Hawkeye's
so on
feat
point
truly
with
is anything
this.
but simple.
Hawkeye can shoot 4 incoming arrows out of the sky at once,
No
shatter
shit.
the bow of a distant archer with a single shot,
Really?
and string his whole bow and fire an arrow in less than a second. Plus, his aim is so good he'll hit bullseyes when he's strapped to what I like to call Satan's carousel.
But he is more than just an archer. After grueling
This is what I
training under
thought.
Captain
This is the
America,
main point.
Clint temporarily set aside the Hawkeye suit to become
Right,
the
Ronin.
Samurai Ronin. The result even impressed Iron Fist, one of the greatest martial artists in the world.
And for a supposedly normal human, he's surprisingly tough. He's shaken off falls from several stories, fought in battles with cracked ribs, and managed to not die from this.
Luckily for Hawkeye, a kid with the Ghostbusters 2 shirt found him and alerted the paramedics. And he made a complete recovery within 6 weeks.
Who you gonna call? The hospital kid? Quick, holy shit, that was like 100 bullets!
Holy
bleeding
shit.
everywhere!
A reminder that even a seasoned Avenger isn't always bulletproof. But after this, Hawkeye's buddy Tony Stark upgraded his outfit to include some chainmail. So that's handy.
But it can't cover everything. Plus, Hawkeye can only carry so many trick arrows
Right.
at once, and has to make every shot count.
Right.
Also, he's kind of hard of hearing, but you would be too if a psychopath hid behind a door and jammed 2 arrows in your ears. But Tony also made him some kick-ass hearing aids.
No
so if they
shit.
get damaged, he'd lose about 80% of his hearing.
Still, as an Avenger, Defender, and so much
I didn't know
more,
that.
Hawkeye has accomplished a lot for a circus performer from Iowa.
Okay, look, the city's flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow.
You know what's interesting though? They didn't talk about his shield training. That's, I think, very vital.
But I'm going back out there because it's my job. If you step out that door,
You're an
you
Avenger.
are an Avenger.
Spider-Man. I'm gonna have to give it to Hawkeye. That's my.
All right, the combatants
Yep.
are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
Just Hawkeye.
But first, I need to conquer all of your lands.